Wonderful good evening from Some TV to you, our viewers out there. Welcome to what's trending on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. My name is Teresa. I'm Tessie Stone, and today I have my co-anchor with me in the studio today. Don't mind me, I'm trying to pronounce my full name here in the studio today. All right, that's Tessie Stone, though is my stage name. And today I'm not here alone. I'm with my beautiful co-anchor. She's shining, smiling, you know. Daraba State is suiting her well. She's looking so gorgeous and beautiful and all of that. And I'm with her here today with me in the studio, Fatimama, aka Capacity. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. You can follow us on Facebook at Some TV and on YouTube at Some TV Live. So I still remain your anchor for this trending show for today, Tessie Stone. So but before we dive into what's trending, you know, today's weather seems like rain wants to fall, and I believe rain fall in some part of the area in Jalingo City, while the rain did fall in some part of it. So let me ask my guest for today, which my co-anchor is my guest. What about you? Did rain fall in your area today? Can you tell us the weather for today in Jalingo?
Jalingo, our weather is always the same. So rain do not fall in my area. Tessie Stone, you know you are still active. Rain do not fall in my area. But anywhere that rain falls, you just give us the cold, and the weather was okay. And I really enjoyed it. It was fine.
Wow. All right, viewers out there. I'm very sure even rain did fall in your area. At least this morning, the morning weather was so cool and chilling. And I really love that weather. You know, it reminds me of when I was in Jos. You know, the weather in Jos is so cool and chilling in the morning. Unlike when you wake up 7 a.m. or shining sun is out already, trying to make your head pain you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this TV was trending on every social media platform, and it's also happening in our society at large. All right, before we start, there'll be a phone number displayed on our screen. For you to go through it. You can also call in for your own opinion on what you feel on this trend that we're about to discuss. You can send in SMS if you don't have enough cards to call, or if you don't want to be, if you don't want your voice to be heard on air. And please, our viewers, if you are trying to call, make sure you turn down the volume of your TV so we'll get to hear you and we'll get to communicate well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into what's trending on Some TV. My first trend goes this way. Lady admits to intentionally sprayed AIDS to married men to infect their wives. Wow. You know, from the headline, it's something else. A lady did this intentionally. She just wanted to spray STDs to married men out there intentionally so they can go and infect it on their own wife, and it will affect a lot of people out there. All right, let's get to the story and get to know what's really happening in our society today, because a lot of atrocities are happening, and this lady, I don't think what she did is good, but let's hear the story and find out what really happened. A lady has stirred outrage online after revealing that she enjoys sleeping with married men, especially married ones, with the intent of spreading HIV and other STDs to them, and to extension, their wives. The disturbing claim was shared in a post on the popular social media platform X, formerly Twitter. In the post, the woman, who identified as Lovely Peaches, openly admits to targeting married men so they can unknowingly infect their spouses. She said, "My name is Lovely Peaches. I love to give men AIDS, especially married men, so they can go home and transfer it to their wives. I love spreading STDs, and that is why I love to do it raw." You know, all of these things, I don't think what this lady did, but let's not talk much. Let's hear from the horse's mouth, which is the lady herself saying these words to us. All right, let's watch the video, viewers, and get to know what this lady is saying.
My name is Lovely Peaches. I love to give men AIDS, especially married men, so they can go home and transfer it to their wives. I love spreading STDs. That's why I love to go raw. Sometimes I let them put a condom on, and then I let them start feeling good, and then I'll take that condom right off them and let them go on me raw, and bam, you're infected. So, my name is Lovely Peaches. I love to give men.
Wow, wow, wow. viewers, this is so terrifying. This lady, I don't know her problem. Though she's a, let me say, Black American, because from her tone and the way she speaks, it's a different thing that she's speaking, not Nigerian tone, you know. Unlike Nigeria, who say, me, I just want to be get this man naked away. But this one, she like, I really enjoy what I'm doing. Get the accent she's using. You should know that it's not a Nigerian person. So let me ask my guest today with me, what do you have to say about this? Our sister that decided to infect married men with HIV.
Okay, wow. First of all, we Nigerians, it's like she's not from Nigeria or she's practically based there for a while. Because when you see a Nigerian trying to say, I want to infect, because we have them, people that want to say, I must revenge and all of that. So if you see a person trying to say he wants to infect the society with the kind of disease he have, two things are involved. It's either he's trying to revenge about what they did to him or her, or I don't know, because that's not fun. It's actually wickedness, and she finds it very funny and nice doing it. Well, what I have to say about this is, thank God she came out online to identify herself and try to say that she wants to. So married men, we should be careful. I say we. You guys should be careful.
Yeah, you get
because trying to spread diseases, you know, these people, they need orientation. Because definitely, if you're infected with HIV, some people, you feel like this is the end of the world. You want to crash down your life. But thank God we have medical personnel that are here to guide and also tell us that it is not deadly. You can still live with it. A person infected and a person that is, two infected people can get married. Two infected people can marry and have children that are not infected. So let's also educate the society. So how coming online to say things that are not, this is not something to hear and this is not something to be proud of. You have a disease and you want to spread it out to people and you are saying you are even enjoying, she needs to be arrested. Because this is, this is wickedness. So if she now spread the disease to the world and everybody decide to have it, death will be rampant. You get that, there will be high level of death around the world. So let's also be careful out there. That's why we have protections. As a married man, even if you want to cheat, please use protection because the
how would you advise them to? Okay, why
definitely
did they marry your wife?
Do you know there's this my spiritual father that says he has a church, so he always he's a counselor, a marriage counselor. So he always he will counsel people. He said there was a time he was preaching. He said no matter how he preach and talk and shout and say you people should not marry wrong, or you people should marry, they will still definitely have people that will marry wrong. So he's trying to manage the situation. If you find yourself marrying wrong, this is how you can adapt and stay happily without being divorced or anything. So definitely, no matter how you tell the men, don't go out, don't cheat, they might, not really because they want to cheat or anything, they might say it is a mistake. That's men, they will tell you it's a mistake. But even if you want to do the mistake and sleep with another person that is not your wife, please use protection. Even our leaders will say, even if that is youth, don't do, they will do. So the best advice that you're going to give them, use protection, protect yourself. If you know you're not married, you're not into any any union with anybody, use protection and protect yourself first.
But this one, she focused mainly on married men. So I imagine if they will give the married man, in fact, they may STD, for him to go and give his innocent wife that is just at home, what will now happen?
That's
because
what I'm
she's
saying.
not focused on the single guys, but more of the married men. And I wonder why someone will be that heartless. Okay, sister, you have it. Must you affect other sisters?
That's exactly the point I'm trying to point out here. That even if you want to do, please protect yourself. Because like now, this one that is hungry for married men, like I said, she needs to be arrested because that's wickedness. She wants to spread disease. STDs, let's just say AIDS, because from the story it's like 8. She wants to
it's
spread
8.
8. And HIV, from HIV it becomes 8. And when it become 8, it's not curable. Like it actually become very, let me say, the disease is chronic.
Wow.
And at that stage, I don't think she can even have strength to spread disease. So I don't really understand, because from this study about HIV that I do, HIV, it's manageable, you can, but when it becomes 8, you won't even have strength to stand up and even walk around. I didn't even get the impression and say you want to spread the disease.
Wow.
So maybe it's the HIV that she have, because I doubt if she have it. If she have it, she won't be talking about that. She'll be thinking about her life.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I have to say about this.
Wow, that's a wonderful comment there. That's a wonderful opinion. Viewers, if you're just joining us, this was trending on Some TV, the Pulse of the Nation, and we're actually discussing about a lady who decide to be spreading AIDS to married men only so they can go and infect their wife with it. So I don't know if this lady is right or wrong. Our viewers are there. You can give us answer by calling the number displayed on our screen. You can send in SMS. You can just call in to your own opinion. And why would a lady think that she wants to give married men? Why must it be married men? Why not single guys? Me, I prefer she say single guys, so that all the single guys will mellow.
If she says single guys, that means the rate of marriages now will be down, because no lady will want to say she's going to marry, because when you get to the hospital, this test on like you're preparing for marriage, and they found out your husband is HIV, yourself, your body go weak to say you want married guys like that. So she's focusing on the married men, because maybe they did her wrong or they did her something, because she can't just get a target. This is my target. Why? There must be a reason.
Definitely. Maybe it's one married man that gave her, so she wants to give them in return. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's what our netizens is saying about this. Our sister that decided to say she wants to infect married men with her aid. All right, at Sammy said, stop fornicating. Most people won't hear, apart from the commandment given to us by God. It is also a physical and spiritual harm. Wow. Seriously, this person is a pastor, you know.
Yeah.
He has to tell the truth. Yeah, stop fornicating. It's not a good thing.
It's
not advisable for one to do that. All right, Adzak said, I think she's full of it. Because who would hop out of their bed to lie with a pig is beyond me. Whoever got anything from her must deserve it. Wow. That is serious, oh.
This one is just easier said than done.
All right, we have a first caller. Let's hear what this caller have to say about this. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
How are you?
Fine, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is David. I'm calling you from Aba.
Okay. Sir, sorry, please, can you turn down the volume of your TV so we'll get to hear you better?
Okay, let me turn it.
All right, sir.
Okay, so I don't understand what you do with me. You know, I just went from sleep now. I don't know the topic that you doing.
Okay, sir. The story is this particular lady has AIDS, and she said she wants to spread this AIDS to married men so they can infect their wives. So I don't know if you have anything to say about this lady. Is she right to do that or wrong? And as a married man, are you supposed to even go out to cheat on your wife or not?
No. It's not possible.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, bye.
All right. Yeah. All right, that's Mr. Destiny from Maba. He said no is a very wrong idea for someone to even think he wants to cheat on his own wife. So viewers, if you also have something to say about this, our sister, you can call in, you can drop your SMS. Will also read and see what you have to tell us about it. All right, we have another caller.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Sorry, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes.
My name is Alamin. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, Alamin, please, can you turn down the volume of your TV?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm getting you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay,
So,
my contribution on this matter be say most of the marriage men that they easily go out to look for another woman. This lady is good for them.
wow, that's serious. Wow.
Yes, because most of them, their wives are very sincere to them.
Yeah.
But they will say, this is what they have for house is their own permanently. Let them go and test.
Let me test other soup. That kind of thing, you go to restaurant, right?
So this kind of thing good for them. Those only thing my concern is that when they carry the sickness come, this innocent woman, she's going to contact the police and she don't know.
Yeah.
That be my concern here.
Wow. Thank you so much for pouring your own concern, Alamin.
So what the lady is doing, she's doing the right thing for all those wicked men that are cheating on their wives.
Okay.
That is my contribution.
All right, Alamin. Thank you so much for calling. Wow. Just heard from Alamin from Abuja. Thank you so much, Alamin, for calling. He said it's very good for them, those married men. How do you think?
Me, I feel
this is so funny. Like it's good for them.
it's good for them, but what about their wife? Let's look out for their wife.
Yes,
here.
that's what
Their
we're
wife
saying. The wife, just
is
like
in
he
the
said.
picture. So actually, what he should say that they should avoid, because a married man, they should use protection. That's the only thing we can advise, because the flesh. Him that is talking, we don't know the flesh, so.
See, but yes,
Flesh,
we know there's flesh. We know there's flesh. But the thing is, those kind of men that do this thing, you definitely find out that their wives are most humble,
faithful.
and they're this kind of people that will say,
You see
I
that
want to eat rice with egusi, I want to eat it with stew, no, I want to eat it with vegetable soup, and they want to.
Exactly my point. So let's just advise the society should be very careful, because we are you can don't just look at the moment. Look at
the future.
Yeah, because you're affecting a lot of innocent people that don't even know anything about it. So let's just not look at the now part. Let's just try to look at the people that are not involved, that eventually they'll get involved. So that's what I'm going to say about this. If married man, no matter how you talk,
they will still do it. It is their plot.
See, they be like goat. You say goat, don't go chop that maize. Don't go come and go chop the maize.
No, be like, no, this. There's one guy that made a statement, was like, all these upcoming girls are more sweeter. I don't know what he meant by that word, but he know what he's saying there, and he's not supposed to say that kind of thing. As a married man, you have to respect your words, your decision. Yes, yeah. There are sometimes we know your wife give birth to children for you. That's why you marry her now. All right, let's see what this our caller will say. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Benue.
Okay, so what do you have to say about this trend right now happening?
First of all, that girl needs to arrest her immediately, because what she's trying to do, what she's doing is not good. And sometimes a married man can go outside, because sometimes they can get problem.
This one is just
sometimes the man can just go outside like this. Go and himself on outside.
Okay.
So if that kind of a girl like that, the man goes sleep with her and he get that infection. And he get that disease, not food.
Wow.
So the girl needs to alert.
Okay, thank you so much for calling. Wow. This guy now, I don't know.
This one is trying to make sense, because he knows definitely men
can't keep themselves, right?
So he's just justifying the whole stuff that this woman, she needs to be arrested seriously, because what she's doing is actually not good, and this is wickedness.
It is well with her.
Amen.
My sister. Men, please be very careful out there with the kind of ladies you're doing. Alright, moving next to our next trend right now. Delivery company drag after package sent from Yola to Ibadan fails to arrive. Wow. I wonder all this carrier what they are doing about this. Well, let's get to know the story. A Nigerian lady has accused a delivery company, Carrier Plus, of scamming her after paying 11,056 naira to send a package from Yola to Ibadan, which remains undelivered several weeks later. She made the allegation in a post shared on her page via the popular social media X, formerly Twitter. According to her, she hired the service at Carrier Plus NG on March 5th to deliver a package. Despite making full payments, the package has yet to reach its destination more than a month later. In her words, Twitter, please, I have been cheated by at Carrier Plus NG. I sent the package to Yola from Ibadan since 5th March and paid 11,056 naira for delivery. Up till today, the package has not been delivered. I have refunded the customer, but Carrier has misplaced my package and refused to refund me. Wow. Wow.
Just wow.
So, Capacity Mama, what do you say about this?
All right. First of all, this lady, you know, there's what we call process and what we call follow. Like, you should be. I don't know how she delivered. She went to send her item in the pack because it's always like that. It once happened to me here. My friend sent me a package. Do you know that 3 weeks up to today, the people are not even picking their calls?
Wow.
See, if you called, like, she came to Taraba. It was from Makurdi to Taraba. She now came to, she sent her sister to go send it. So when she went back to Makurdi to ask of her goods, she now met the chairman of the place. So they were like, okay, did she have the plate number?
Wow.
She now said, yes, she snapped the car.
Okay.
Still, they didn't believe her. They were like, okay, she can come here and snap any car and make claims. So what I want to say about this is that, please, anytime if we're giving delivery or we're sending out items to various locations, we should be very mindful and also know the driver you're giving your goods to, know the pack, know the chairman of that pack, so that if anything goes wrong, you can easily trace them. Because you know, we're always negligent about sending items. You feel, my goods will reach.
To be safe.
Because there was a time I went to deliver something in Yola. So when I was going to the park, some random guy say, sister, come, are you like sending? I said yes. He was like, give me the item out. I said, where is the car? So now God saved me because I didn't even see the car. I didn't even see the driver. I just met them by the gate too. Wow. I just gave them the item, and glory be to God, they sent my item. So you know, some things when we trust and you be like, no, these people will deliver, that's when they will disappoint you. And if you are sending something worth thousands or millions of naira, please, because there was a time I was traveling, the driver was just us that they gave him a small envelope to deliver. So I think the envelope fell where he was driving. Wow. So he did not deliver. So the person had to come back. Thank God the person followed process. He has the driver's number, he has the plate number, he has the the chairman of the. So they now sue them. And the one said that the thing that is inside that envelope is worth 25 million. And you know they have to pay.
Definitely not.
They have to pay. Even if the person is lying, they will have to pay. So please, let's also always be mindful of if you are delivering something or you want to deliver something, please, you should take it very serious. Because now that this one that don't happen to our sister here, how should we do?
This is why we
social media, we won't go and call out the pack and say, we only talk, and it will pass.
This is why we tell us, you know, it's something to feel bad about. So our viewers out there, please, anytime you want to go and send in a message or you want to waybill your goods, be sure of the kind of pack you go and the people you give your goods to. It's even advisable you have a personal delivery guy in the pack that all the time, anytime you go there, you get your goods. Maybe you want to send in goods, then definitely there must be somebody that will assist you, just as you heard from my co-anchor here with me today in the studio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to our next trend. Tenant calls out landlords over rent hike from 1.2 million to 1.8 million amidst hardship. All right, ladies, this is the story of this lady now. A Nigerian lady has called out her landlord for increasing her rent from 1.2 million to 1.8 million naira, despite the harsh economic situation in the country. This was revealed in a post shared on a popular social media platform X, formerly Twitter. In the post, the lady expressed frustration, lamenting that the economic hardship in Nigeria is already unbearable, yet her landlord is showing no consideration by raising the rent significantly. She wrote, "They have increased my rent today. I just got back from the market and found out my rent has been raised from 1.2 million to 1.8 million naira. Wow. This is so touching. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this video of this lady explaining how her rent has been increased from 1.2 to 1.8 million.
So they've increased my rent today. I just got back from the market and I found out that I got this letter. They've increased my rent from 1.2 to 1.8. Is that not too much? Is that not too much? Nigeria is already hard enough. People are trying to survive. What's happening? Landlord and landlady, what is happening? Is this not too much? People are struggling already to survive. Nobody's considering anybody. Everybody want to kill everybody. From 1.2 to 1.8, is it not too much? And the thing that's baffling me is that it's written 1 million naira in the letter. It's written 1 million. They're increasing from 1 million to 1.8, and I've been paying 1.2 for 2 years now. I've been paying 1.2. So if the landlord sent this letter and using 1 million, is it a mistake, or is this not too much? Is this freaking not too much? Nigeria is hard enough. Everybody's complaining, bad government, but we're not even good to ourselves. Tomorrow when our police could stand for road, you won't arrest boys. How do people survive if you guys act like this? People are trying to survive. People are doing so many things to survive, and see what people are doing. You're increasing rent 800,000. Me that's paying 1.2, there's extra 600,000. You did not come to renovate house. You did not do anything. You just sit in your house and try to increase your rent from 1.2 to 1.8. And you're saying if you cannot pay, leave. Is this not too much? Is this not too much?
Wow. I felt pity for my sister here. I wonder how some landlords used to do their things. You didn't renovate house, you had to increase rent. Alright, my guest in the studio, what do you have to say about this, our sister, and the way this landlord increased from 1.2, he added 600 extra money on this. What is in that house?
Maybe the landlord is looking at the future.
Okay.
In case, you know, when you're parking into an apartment, you're paying rent, you're paying everything, you're paying for damages and everything. So when, if anything happens, you just call landlord to, like this thing done. So the landlord don't calculate, say, building materials don't cost for my Alright, we have a call.
Let's see what this one call out to say about this. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, sir, please can you turn down the volume of your TV?
I've done that.
Alright, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Kayo Solomon from Boko.
Okay, Kaya Solomon. What do you have to say about this trend happening right now?
My contribution is not even much.
Okay.
How I wish is we should be taking rent increment to tribunals.
Wow.
Because the increment ratio is not, doesn't commensurate the amount of rent paid. The percentage is too much.
Seriously.
So if there is a way the rent tribunal will look into issues like this, then I think it will be better. It helps tenants.
Seriously.
The increment is too, it's not human at all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your own contribution. Wow. just heard from him. He said, me, I agree with his advice here. There should be a meeting with all these landlords. When you want to increase, let's know the amount. Tell your tenants.
I feel
call a meeting.
I feel the landlord, he was wrong in the sense that he should at least, even if he doesn't want to seek the consent of his tenants, he just wants, this is my house, and you just at least give them a year notice. If you're paying this rent, say next rent where you go pay. Now so the rent could be so that they will prepare ahead of time. So they will come and be telling you rent and stuff is high. So like I was saying, the landlord don't calculate everything for him, check and balance. Instead of him say, oh yeah, now may I give these people at least more time like this. May I just determine and say, when the parent I go increase this year, when I go parent. Do you get? So that they can at least have the mind that okay, even if I'm going out, I should go out and go and look for a house that is within my budget.
Yeah, sure.
So him coming to just increase everything at some time is actually painful. And where is the person going to start from? Like, where will I start from? That's what he should consider. So landlords, please know that they consider. Or not be say you build house now can they claim rights, because this lady can actually sue him, and the court will actually maybe look at her own side of the whole story and be able to come in for her. So now we I get to talk for this matter.
All right, viewers, heard from my guest today, which is my co-anchor in this program of What's Trending on Some TV. You have from my own opinion, you know, some landlords take decision unaware. So her advisors, try and alert your tenants. Tell them, okay, this is it. This is how from next year I want, this is the amount increase. Give them a notice. Even if you don't want to call for a meeting, print a notice, send your caretaker, drop this message to the tenant. If they have anything to say, people should have meeting, then you get back to me as a caretaker. That's more better. That is to show you showed respect on your tenant. You agree to whatsoever decision they are making. Not that you just take law into it because say you be landlord. Tomorrow the person to go be landlord. There are people who go there for rented apartment. From that rent apartment is straight to their houses. So everybody will be landlord. That is my belief. Because if today you are a landlord, tomorrow the person staying under your roof will also be a landlord. Yes. So imagine if everybody is a landlord and you built maybe 10 houses for rent. Who will now come and rent it? So please let's understand. Because there are a lot of people having struggles with the hardship going on right now in the country. Yeah, we know that. And then things are getting not hard, easy on people. People are trying to strive. Some people are living from hand to mouth. So you increasing your rent, it's something else. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me not talk too much on this one. Let's move to our last but not the least trend for today. This one is so cracky though. All right, man accuses Timini Egbosun of intimacy with his girlfriend. Wow. And you know this guy is an actor, yeah. He's a very good actor. I kind of like his movies, but what he did, let's get to know and find out what really happened in the story. Fresh controversy erupted as a man accused Nollywood actor Timini Egbosun of having an intimate affair with his UK girlfriend. The man, identified as called Omega on X, formerly Twitter, made this scandalous claim against Timini Egbosun. However, he did not provide details about the claim. So now this guy is doing the very wrong thing. He's claiming something that we're not even to. Him himself, he's not sure. Okay, I felt this person is having an affair. What if your girlfriend is crushing on the guy? So what do you have to say about this?
Well, Timini is a fine boy.
Oh.
Timini is a celebrity. And Timini is an actor. You get?
Wow.
So, like you said, he's doing the wrong thing because number one, he doesn't have a proof. He doesn't even have evidence of that. So him coming to maybe his girlfriend, like you said, she's crushing, or maybe they just Because I've seen videos of Timini online with various girls. Maybe they're just acting, or hi, I'm a fan, let's take a picture, do you get that? All of that. So if I've seen Timini in anywhere like airport or supermarket, I'll be like, oh wow, I'm your #1 fan, do you get? And I would like to take a selfie with him. So does that mean my boyfriend should come and say Timini is dating me, or Timini wants to snatch?
And you know there are some guys that are very jealous.
Exactly.
Guys of now, these are guys of this generation, are the kind of guys that are so jealous. They don't even want to see their girlfriend with another madam of you shaking her with a guy. They'll feel so bad and jealous, but yet they can go and hug another lady anyhow, and they'll be like, hey, I'm just a man, she's a friend. Yeah. She's not a friend.
Exactly. I've seen Timini with girls that he's just their friend, but you see them be in a romantic moves. Like Bimbo, this actress, she's a very good friend. She's and they acted a movie together that has to do with romance and all of that. And back then it was trending online that they were dating. Well, they were not. And Bimbo came to clear the air that they were not. Same with this lady Sandra, one fine, she has a sweet voice like that. He did a video with her, and I don't know when he's actually doing a movie with all those actresses that he's being intimate with. You will see them in their TikTok page, all acting. Meanwhile, they're just in the set and just trying to create and give us content. So people will see that, people judge by what they see. So you post a video of you and a lady dancing together like countless times. And maybe the movie is taking like 2 months to produce. So maybe this week I'll drop one, next week I'll drop one. So people just conclude, these people don't know the date too. Because at first that was what happened with Bimbo, same with Sandra. And probably maybe his girlfriend is posting a lot of Timini's picture. That was why he suspected that. But he shouldn't have suspected it. He should have asked questions and get his evidence. But him coming to say, hey, Timini this, Timini that, maybe he's jealous of her. Because from the picture display, Timini, this one wear shit. Maybe you remove his shit, they don't stand man to man. They see who can pass.
Oh my God!
You get?
My co-uncle is already in love with Timini. That's why she's one of his biggest fans. The way she's arranging the story, the way she's explaining the story. We love her. All right, we go love that way. All right, viewers, this is just like what my co-uncle said here. Guys should just be mindful. They should be very sure of trusting their girlfriend. Unless you don't trust your woman, that's when you overthink that she's doing something bad out there. But when you trust your woman and then you believe that she's this kind of person that don't do all such things, definitely your relationship will last. But if you believe in what you see on social media, my brother, or you're not your case. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the end of today's edition of What's Trending. But before we go, let's take the recap of what really happened today on What's Trending. These are the major headlines we took from What's Trending today. Lady admits to intentionally sprayed AIDS to married men to infect their wives. This lady Osha, her own wicked though, because I don't like what she did there. All right, the second trend is a lady that delivered goods from Yola to Ibadan. Until today, it hasn't arrived. Sorry, our sister out there. And then the last one we discussed. Okay, second to the last is the lady that her landlord increased 600,000 on top her house rent. She was paying 1.2, and then he increased it to 1.6 million naira. And then the last one of a guy accusing a popular actor Timini to be in an affair with his own girlfriend, which we just had right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's edition of What's Trending on Some TV. But before we go, permit me to appreciate my guest today in the studio, which is my co-anchor Fetimama, aka Capacity. Thank you so much for having you. You guys will always keep seeing us together. And also our producer and president of Emmanuel James Atta. Thank you so much to our producer. He's doing a great job. He's the one sourcing the story and editing it. Thank you so much for doing that. Also the man behind the camera, in person of Moses. Thank you so much for doing a great job. And the CM is the person in the control room, control manager, Meshach. Thank you so much for a great job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching what's trending on Some TV, the pulse of the nation. I still remain your anchor, Tessie. So you can follow us on Facebook at Some TV and on YouTube at Some TV Live. Do have a wonderful evening.